Find the link for it. Okay. Good morning, everybody. A couple of things. Number one, I did a little research this morning to see how many sessions I can logically keep. And I think I'm able to keep four sessions. So in the coming week, you'll be able to see today and yesterday and lessons from last weekend as well. So that's a total of 4 sessions. So before I record next weekend's sessions, I will have to delete the ones from last weekend. So I'm able to keep up to 4 without having to pay more money to Zoom for storage. So I ask everybody to try to, if they want to view it, many of you asked for the link, to try to view it within 2 weeks of getting the link. Because after that, it may very well be gone. Okay. Another announcement that I wanted to make is that today's link is good for about another 6 or 7 weeks. So even if you don't get a heads up, here it is for this week, it's always the same. I think I set it up initially for about 20 occurrences. That includes any weeks that we miss because of other things going on. But it will be good for another few weeks. And then when I change it, I'll make it very clear that this is a brand new link. Discard the old one if you keep it and use this one going forward. I have to put my glasses on to see what else I wrote down.
I tried to use last week's link today because I was lazy, and it asked me for the passcode if I use last week's link.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good piece of information. So normally we don't need a passcode. There we go. Thank you for that.
Yes, we do, but the password is normally included.
It's included. If you need it, it's included. I normally set them up that a password is not necessary, just that you'll come in through a waiting room. For security purposes, they mandated that everybody has a waiting room so that if somebody tries to break in who we don't want, that we just don't admit them.
But you said we don't have to ask for the recording anymore. You send it automatically, no, to everybody on your list.
Yes, we will send the link.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now, if you have a question about a hand, send that to me at Rosie's Lessons. No, if you have any requests for cheat sheets or any other questions, send it to Rosie's Lessons, and my little elf will forward things on to me, because I am so swamped with things coming from so many people. They get lost on my email. So it's much better if they come in that way. So send your request to Rosie's Lessons at gmail.com. I think that we will not have lessons on the 23rd and 24th because there's silver linings or something at the club and an opportunity for you to get extra points in morning games on that Saturday and Sunday. And next week, I'm planning to talk about how you cope when you open one no trump and that pesky opponent interferes. So I've talked about it before, but we will talk about it again because it happens all the time. And if you have no coping skills, you will just suffer in silence. Okay, so yesterday we talked about splinters. So today we're going to do something just a wee bit different.
Before you begin, a quick question, please.
Yes.
Will you have cheat sheets for these lessons?
Yes. Yes. I have cheat sheets for yesterday's lesson on splinters and today's lesson on mini splinters. And you get those by writing to Rosie's Lessons at gmail.com. So I'm trying to put together for every topic that I discuss on here, that I will have a cheat sheet. It's like mini splinters at a glance. So one page with the basic information, enough just to go over and agree with your partner. This is how we play it. Let's see if my proper deal comes up. I think I might have actually gone through this process once. And got distracted by answering a question, so it should be here now. Right. Okay, so you'll see that I swapped some of my guinea pigs around. So Leslie and Vicky were silent yesterday, and they're going to be much more involved today. So let's go. One heart by Vicky. I think I have the hands open still, so
Yeah.
everybody can see everything.
You do.
Good. So I'm waiting for Leslie to take a bid. Leslie is thinking. Okay, one heart, two hearts. That's a very normal bid. She's got 5, 8 points in terms of raw points or high card points. But her hand is a little bit better than that, because if she counts shortness, counts this singleton diamond, her hand grows up to about 10 points. Now, how would you bid if you had a limit raise? One heart, 3 hearts. So that's a possibility, but we need to tell partner that we have an evaluated limit raise based on the fact that we have shortness. So we're going to undo the 2 heart bid, please, Leslie. Leslie, you have to ask for an undo. Thank you. And this time we're just going to talk about how we should do this. Remember yesterday I said that if a new suit at the cheapest level is forcing, a jump or a double jump shows shortness. And by the way, I think that's the best definition of splinter I have ever read anywhere. So Leslie's got an evaluated 10 count. She has 4 trumps. If she were to bid 2 diamonds, what would 2 diamonds mean? Partner, I have at least 4 diamonds and enough to go to game. There's a game here somewhere. Well, clearly she doesn't have that bid, so she can't make it. So she can jump. Could she jump to the 4 level the way we did yesterday to show that she has a singleton diamond and enough points to be in game? She can't do that because she doesn't have an evaluated opening hand. She, in fact, has an evaluated invitational hand because her 8 high card points plus her dummy points equate to about 10. So she's going to jump to the 3 level, not the 4 level, but the 3 level, 3 diamonds. And this is going to say, partner, wake up. We talked about this. This is a mini splinter. I have shortness in diamonds and 4 trumps, and all of that together makes my hand worth somewhere like 10 to 12 points. What do you want to do?
And how do you alert that?
You just say mini splinter. When in fact, shortness.
Mini splinter.
Splinter, yes.
Because if you say shortness, it can be, it will be the same as what we were doing, we were alerting this yesterday, and it's a different thing.
No, it's the same thing. Shortness always means, when we say it's shortness, it's 1 or 2.
Okay, okay. Only we know they are in game with the 4, and this one we are not so sure. Okay.
This one is invitational.
Okay.
Partner really needs 14 points or thereabout to accept. That's the way 1 heart, 3 hearts, what would you do? 1 heart, 3 diamonds. It's almost the same, but not quite, because you know that you're only going to have 1 loser in diamonds instead of 3 or 4, perhaps. So let's see what Vicky thinks about her hand. How many points do you have, Vicky?
13 high and 15 with the singleton.
So how do you feel about going to game?
Nervous.
So would you bid 3 hearts or would you bid 4 hearts?
Let's see. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losers. I'm gonna go to 4 hearts.
Okay, very good. I like the fact that you counted your losers, Because usually when partner makes a bid like this, they have something like 8 losers. Let's have a look at South's losers. She's got 3 spades and 2 hearts is 5 and 2 clubs is 7 and 1 diamond is 8. Bingo. So you should expect to make this contract. Usually when people show limit raise values, whether it's this way with a splinter or even 1 heart, 3 hearts, they have 8 losers.
Can you explain that? So I know that I have 5, and how do I decide how many losers do I need in order to feel comfortable bidding game?
Well, since partner rates to have 8 losers, you could probably bid game with 6 losers.
Uh-oh, I lost your recording.
Oh,
Oh, I can't hear a thing.
It's still going.
no, she's lost audio. We can hear you.
Oh, I hear it now. Okay, okay. So how do I know that she has 8 losers? Because of the
You become familiar with the law, with the losing trick count. Here's a couple of simple things. An opening hand typically has no more than 7 losers. A responding hand, 1 heart, 2 hearts, typically has 9 losers.
Oh, okay.
Limit raise response typically has about 8 losers.
Okay.
2/1 response usually has 7 losers. So that's a basic guideline. It's not guaranteed. Things can go wrong in bridge, as we well know. We think we've got the perfect line of play and it goes belly up because there's a 5-0 split in trump against you. So nothing is guaranteed, but this is a guideline that I find very, very useful. Yesterday, I had no points, but great shape. And I only had 6 losers. So I went to game regardless, and with my very few points, and actually, I think I made more than 4, but not everybody was in game. Half the room were only in 2 hearts. And I think I was in 4 hearts making 6. So on like a 6 count opposite my partner's opener, something crazy like that. So, but I didn't have many losers. Another guideline for you, Vicky, on this hand is, came from my mega guru, and I've said it before, when partner invites you to game and you have a singleton, so you've got a singleton club, you should probably accept. You had only 6 losers or thereabouts. You said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losers, you should accept. You
Okay.
do 4, 6, 8, and 5 is 13. 13 doesn't sound like much, but these other 2 guidelines gave you the courage. You have a singleton, you had only 5 losers, you're going to go.
Okay.
Now, how can the hand with a long trump count extra value for the singleton? Normally, I say you can't do that. But here, your partner has almost as many trumps as you do. So you're not too worried if you have to rough 1 or 2 clubs. You'll be fine. And you've got second round control of partner's short suit. So that should be fine as well. At your most vulnerable place is spades. You're going to lose a lot of spades.
Oh, don't tell them that.
Okay. Any questions on this?
Yes, we have questions. First,
I'm
the
going to
bid,
I
Can
had
you-
a question.
the bid
Okay.
of 3 diamonds is a mini splinter, shows shortness. Oh, that's not a question, sorry. Next one down. Should the splinter and mini splinter be listed on the convention card? Gail Laurie?
you can put whatever you want on your convention card. It's not visibly there, but our convention card is designed for 2 purposes. Number 1, so we can write down what our agreements are. And number 2, so that we can show it to the opponents if they ask to see it. Now, very complicated convention cards, people who've got a lot of stuff, it's very hard for the opponents to absorb it all, but they certainly can ask at any point in the auction the meaning of a bid, certainly when the auction is over. So when I was playing mini splinters, I always put that on my convention card. There's a box for splinters. In the major suit opening box, there's a line and a little box that says splinters. So you can check that off. And then if you decide to play mini splinters, which is one of several choices for bids at the 3 level, 1 heart 3 of anything, several choices. Some people play a system called Bergen raises. With Neil, I play that one of the major 3 clubs is always a limit raise and may or may not have shortness somewhere in the hand. So how do you remember all of these things? You write them on your convention card. In fact, I found it very useful to copy the front part of the convention card and inside, and then just copy it. So the inside of my convention card is blank instead of having a place where we put our private scores. So now I've got all that blank space on the reverse of my convention card to make a note of any other agreements. So you should see what I have written down with Bella. I've started a book of notes with Bella. So I've got blah, page 2, blah, page 7, and so on. So that's how more advanced players keep track of the agreements that they have. Okay.
Next question. I've been told that distribution points are not counted if you are not the dummy points. Can the opener count 3 points for the singleton?
So clearly that person was not listening when I thought that I had explained that a few minutes back, saying that normally I frown upon it. However, in this situation where you know for sure that your partner has 4 trumps, that's almost as many as you have. So with any luck, you would be able to pull trump in 2 rounds and still have trumps to spare to trump any clubs that the opponents might have, to trump any club losers in your partner's hand.
There's an apology. The person typed that before you explained. Next question from Billy. Can you please repeat basic count of losing tricks?
Yes, first of all, I'll just briefly go over how we count losing tricks. So we're going to look at Vicky's hand, the north hand. We only look at the top 3 cards in a suit. So in spades, Vicky's missing the ace and king. That counts as 2 losers. In hearts, she's missing, we're only going to look at the top 3. She's missing the king. So that's another 1. In clubs, she's missing the ace. That's 4. And in diamonds, she's missing the ace. So that's a 5 loser hand. Let's now look at Leslie's hand. In spades, we look at the top 3. She doesn't have the ace, king, or queen, 3 losers. In hearts, she's missing the ace and queen. That's 2 more for a total of 5. In diamonds, she's missing the ace, that's 6. And in clubs, she's missing the king and queen, that's 8 losers. So most of the time, when somebody opens the bidding at the 1 level, they should have no more than 7 losers, most of the time. And if responder shows a limit raise, either by jumping to 3 hearts, 1 heart, 3 hearts, or in this case, 1 heart, 3 diamonds, mini splinter, you are able to assume that they probably have no more than 8 losers. An opening hand is 7 losers, a limit raise is 8 losers, and a basic 1 heart, 2 heart response is 9 losers. That just gives you an idea. So if the auction goes 1 heart, 2 hearts, you've got 7 losers. Your partner, you think, probably has 9. 9 and 7 is 16. Take that away from 24. It says that you probably can make 8 tricks. So you need less than fewer than 7 losers in order to advance. So if you had 6 losers, you could make a game try. But you know, if you had 5 losers, you definitely want to be in game because 9 and 5 is 14. So that says 10 tricks. So one spade, 3 spades by this, 1 spade, 1 no trump, 3 spades tends to show 6 losers. And 1 spade, 1 no trump, 3 clubs new suit, jump shift tends to show 5 losers. These are the basic principles of using the losing trick count. And I think I've told you that I've been using this now for 15 years. And since I learned it on a bridge cruise, I think in around 2000, maybe 2004, 3 or 4. So I've been using it for a long time. The great thing about it is that you can use it even if your partner doesn't use it or refuses to use it. You can still use it yourself as a guideline. Okay. Let's
Some questions. One person wanted to know if they could see your convention card. I guess that's something has to be arranged with you.
mention card.
Okay, next question. This is dealing with the losing trick count. Do you have a cheat sheet available?
No, I'll make one.
Okay. And this final question in the series, is it possible to play splinters and weak jump shifts?
Well, the bottom line is yes, except that we should never play weak jump shifts over partner's major. We don't need to. If we play 2 over 1 with 1 no trump forcing, we can handle that hand. So I don't have a hand that I can just pull up off the top of my head, but I don't approve of weak jump shifts over a major. I approve of weak jump shifts over a minor. So 1 of a minor, 2 hearts or 2 spades. I played that for many, many years. And that would say I have 6 cards in this suit. I have less than 5 points. The only way to get tricks from my hand is if this suit is trumps. And partner is probably obligated to pass. Because these days, if you open a minor, I'm just going to bid 1 of a major, even if I have no points. In fact, I don't know if Rick Holtzman is here, but I wanted to discuss something that Rick has opinions on. I'm not going to ask for Rick's opinions right now. I'm just going to tell a funny story that I was playing with Irma Willenborg. She opened a minor, I bid 1 spade. And whatever happened, when the hand was over, she said, I don't think you should respond with only 2 points. And I said, well, these days I always respond if I don't have a fit in your minor. And she put her nose in the air and stalked off. And the same thing happened when I was playing with Bella. So I said, this is the way that I play since I've been playing with Neil. Neil does not approve of weak jump shifts. And I'm supposed to bid rather than let him languish in 1 of his minor, especially 1 club, which we play could be 2, when, I don't have a fit with him. So she said, well, can you ask him? So we went and asked him. And he said, of course he would have bid. I had 4 points that time. He said he would have done it with 3 or 2. And Barnett Schenken popped up and said, well, now, I would have done it with 0. So there you are. When you have a 4-card major to show, bid over your partner's 1 of a minor opening. It can cause havoc for the opponents. You might have stolen their suit, their fit. And the worst thing that can happen is that partner's going to jump to 2 no trump to say big hand and no fit. And if that happens, you just pass. So that's my theory on weak jump shifts. 1 of a minor to 2 of a major, possibly. 1 of a major to 3 of a minor, absolutely not. Okay. Any more questions? No, so we'll go on to the next. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, we can.
Went very, very silent, so I don't know what happened. So, okay.
I was writing notes.
Okay, so Vicky's opening a heart.
And Rosie, this is Rick. I am here.
Oh, good. And by the way, Rick, I never answered your lovely letter that you forwarded to me. Rick is one of our mentors, and I don't recall who he was playing with, but he sent me a copy of the notes that he sent to his mentee. And they were very helpful and informative and very encouraging. And I would only hope that all mentors would be as good as he was and is. Okay, so 1 heart past 3 clubs, alert. 5, 8, 9, and 2 points for the shortness in clubs makes a hand worth 11. 4 trumps and a singleton, it's a perfect bid. 1 heart, 3 clubs, alert, mini splinter. I think that, yes, Marissa has an easy 4 heart bid with this hand. She's got plenty, she doesn't have a singleton this time, but she's got plenty of high card points, 6, 12, 14, 16, and her partner's promising an evaluated 10 count sounds pretty good to her. Okay, and that will end the auction on this hand. Any questions? Okay, we'll continue. Vicky, you're up. Okay, so this is a challenge for Leslie. She has 8 high card points and a singleton spade. How can she show that splinter in spades without getting too high? You know, before we did an example that went 1 heart, 3 clubs. Another example was 1 heart, 3 diamonds. We're nicely below the 3 heart limit. And Leslie figured it out. Very well done, Leslie. This is such a strange bid. And this is why we don't like weak jump shifts, because what would be the point of that? Here it's perfect. This 2 spades says partner, shortness in spades, 4 trumps, and an evaluated limit raise. Now, look how quickly Marissa said, partner, you're going to be on lead here, so let's lead a spade. That will get us off to a good start. I get my ace of spades before it disappears. Now this time, 6, 12, 14, Vicky's chosen not to accept the invitation. So I think you should, because you've got a doubleton diamond. That's only 2 losers. You know your partner's only got 1 spade, so you only have 1 spade loser at most.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so this should make you fairly comfortable. And so her points are going to be in hearts and clubs and diamonds. I mean, if she had the ace of diamonds, that's a possibility, or the king of clubs, or the king of hearts, they're rounding out your suits. This information is very valuable because you're not going to lose 3 spade tricks or even 2, 1 at most. So let's ask for an undo here, please, Vicky. See with this that the quick answer wasn't right in this situation. The spades look horrible until we know that we're only going to lose 1 of them, because partner's we can rough them in the dummy. Partner's only got 1. So after every bid, and you should do this in every auction starting today, you have to reevaluate your hand based on every bid that your partner makes, and also based on any bid that the opponents make. So if for instance, give you an example, if it had gone 1 heart, 2 clubs by East, then we would know that this queen and 9 are absolute goners. The ace will win a trick, but they won't at all. If it had gone 1 heart, 1 no trump, now you know that even if South has a fit with you, you're going to be probably missing the king and queen or something like that. So you have to reevaluate your hand. Here, this queen of clubs would be a goner if she overcalled 2 clubs. You have to reduce the value of your hand by that queen. Okay. So here, this is going to end the auction. We've arrived at our destination, unless Peggy suddenly decides to bid 4 spades.
I was just going to ask you, Rosemary. I was just going to ask you about that.
So let me talk about the criteria for this double. The double of 2 spades, that's a lead directing bid, but it should never just be the ace. It ought to be a 5-card suit and some points in your hand, because it's suggesting to partner, if you have a good fit with me and you want to take a sacrifice, knowing we'll go down, but stopping them making their game, that's okay. I've got 5 of them headed by at least 1 honor.
Mhm.
So Peggy might say, look, I've got no defense against hearts.
Exactly.
I've got 1 trick, the ace of diamonds. We're only getting 1 spade trick because she showed a singleton. I've got nothing in clubs. Maybe we want to take a sack. You know, they haven't got many spades. Are they going to double us? Or are
Right.
we up to the 5 level?
And we're not vulnerable,
Well, they're not vulnerable either.
right?
So equal vulnerability.
Mhm.
You could go down 2 and that's better than their game, but you can't go down 3.
Right.
Going down 3 is worse than their game.
Hmm.
Losers do you have? 2 spades and 2 hearts is 4, and 3 clubs is 7, and 2 diamonds is 9 losers.
3, she's losing 3 hearts. Oh, 2, I'm sorry. Yes, 2.
So you've got 9 losers,
Mhm.
and your partner didn't overcall 3 spades to say she'd got a really good hand.
Right.
So I don't know.
How many, looking at it, Rosemary, how many would we actually lose?
I don't know. You have to lose, depending on how you play the spades. You're
Yeah.
going to spade and 2 hearts and 3 clubs and 2 diamonds. It's a disaster.
Why 3 clubs?
Well, because she's got the ace queen, and the jack. I mean, she can pick up the king,
Hmm.
queen and the jack for your others.
Okay.
I mean, theoretically, if you have to play clubs yourselves, you're going to lose all the club tricks. So my guess is that with 9 losers in my hand, I would not make that bid. It's going to be a disaster.
Okay.
May not be able to make 4 hearts for all you know. At least you
Mhm.
know the correct lead. So let's see how it fares for them. Well, they're lucky. The hearts come down doubleton. So they have 1 spade loser, no heart losers. They have to lose 1 club, maybe 2 clubs, and 1 diamond.
Lost my audio again. What's going on?
I think they can only make 3. 1
Can't
diamond.
hear anything.
So would I lead the 4 of spades or the 7 of spades?
And if you play 4th best, you'd lead the 4. If you play 3rd and 5th from even, you would lead the 7.
Okay.
So it's going to go 7, 6, and she'll go up with her ace, and then she'll look at the dummy, and she has to decide what to lead. And she'll probably get cute and return the 7 of clubs. And that puts Declara to the test at trick 2. So she might very well play low and let it ride around to her jack.
Mhm.
And that would be magic. That would win. And now she won't lose a club. So when you have, I mean, what are you going to do? Putting in the queen is the same as letting it ride to the jack. So if you go up with the ace, you're always going to lose a club. So you just have to let this ride, and you'll be pleasantly surprised when your jack wins the trick.
Hmm.
Then you give up a diamond, give up a spade, and make 5.
Wow.
Okay. Please note, if anybody is in any doubt that even though the hearts are better, when we're 5-5, we always start with one spade.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm chicken.
Well, two guidelines. Number one, you have a singleton.
Yes.
Number two, you know that that dummy can ruff your losing hearts because she has a singleton.
Yeah.
You know that you have 9 trumps, and you know you have no wasted value in the heart suit. So I would go.
Okay, I'm going.
Heart loser is 3, and 3 more losers in the minors, a 6 loser hand, and partner rates to have 8 losers. So and you have a singleton. All these reasons I would accept, but not 4 hearts, 4 spades.
Oh, yes. Jeez. Yes. Yes.
So if you were to raise hearts, that would just say that you've got, I don't know, control in hearts or 5 hearts too. I mean, I don't know.
No, I'm not doing that.
A bid 4 spades. Say, what's she doing here? Did she forget? But let's just put the losers in Leslie's hands. 2 spades and a heart is 3. 2 clubs is 5. 2 diamonds is 7. So she was so close to actually bidding 4 hearts. 1 spade, 4 hearts. And if partner had just bid 3 spades, she might well reconsider and bid 4 spades herself. But we got to game. So it's very useful to have this splinter bid or mini splinter bid so that the opener can figure out how the hand is going to play when they know that they can ruff all these little baby hearts until the suit sets up. Of course, it doesn't set up at all on this hand. They have so many, but they can be trumped in the dummy. Okay.
We have a comment.
Yes.
I thought there was wasted value because she has values where a partner has a singleton. That's
Well,
from Judy.
has 3 little baby hearts. What is she going to do with those? They can be trumped in the dummy. She's optimistic that the spades will come down, in 2 rounds of trumps, and there will be still 2 trumps in each hand for ruffing. So she can cash the ace, king of hearts, ruff a heart, even ruff a second heart if she has to, and then the final heart will be good. And whatever else she had. There's a very good play for taking 10 tricks is what I'm saying. Is normally, when you've got very good values, but she was so short in the other suits, 5-5 is a different situation. She can easily get rid of the other ones because partner has, must have her points in clubs and diamonds on that hand. Perfect bid from Leslie.
Oh. This one looks easier to me.
So what's 4 hearts?
Oh, geez, I'm sorry. It's a bad bid.
Aren't you glad we have undos in this forum?
Yeah, no.
4 hearts was a bid our side liked.
So what's the justification here for bidding 4 spades? She's got a pretty ugly hand one way and another. Well,
Well, go ahead.
she's only got 1 diamond loser. And once again, where are her partner's values? They must be in spades and clubs. Hopefully she's got something good in those suits for her 10 points or her 8 point, whatever she has. And so she's hoping that this is going to work out very well for her. So nothing is guaranteed. It's a little bit of a gamble. She's got 1, 2, 4, 7 losers. Her partner rates to have 8. So she's taking a chance, except she knows that they can only take 1 diamond trick. And she also knows that her partner has no points in diamonds. So her points are focused in the black suits. Yeah, she's got the queen third of hearts. Well, that's a useful card, maybe, depending on what they lead. So what would they lead here? Peggy, what would you lead against this contract? Maybe Peggy can't hear me. I need Peggy to lead.
I forgot to double. I should have double.
Wait,
so that-
okay, here I am. Here I am.
I would not double with your hand, Marissa.
No, I mean for a lead in diamonds. I mean, like after the 3 diamonds.
You've only got 4. So I like to have 5.
No, I mean, yeah. Oh, yeah. No, so that she sends me a card, the ace.
You might do that anyway.
Okay, fine. Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna lead the king of diamonds.
No, that's,
Well,
That's a terrible lead.
it is a terrible lead.
I'm gonna, I was gonna lead the 2 of diamonds, but
You've got a perfect lead if you look for it in your hand.
I have the perfect lead.
So think of spats.
Yeah.
S is for sequence.
Okay, the only thing I have in a sequence is the queen, jack, 10 of hearts.
And why would that not be a good lead? Because I
Well, yeah,
think,
I guess. I mean, I don't know that it's not a good lead, so
I think it's a perfect lead.
you do?
Best lead from your hand. When you have a sequence, that's what you have to lead. Because even if it loses, you have a chance of setting up at least one of these tricks for a winner.
Even though I know that there's a singleton diamond,
What's that got to do with hearts?
it doesn't have anything to do with hearts, but we're only going to ever get 1 diamond trick.
I don't even know if you're going to get it. She didn't double for the lead.
Oh, right. Okay.
Doubled, you would lead the 2. But
Yeah.
she didn't double.
Okay.
So you're going to lead the queen of hearts.
Yeah, I just need to.
Oh, everybody needs to pass first. But so on the
I need to pass.
queen of hearts,
Uh-huh.
he will win the ace. He will look at the dummy. He will pull trump in 2 rounds. He has to decide which way she will take the finesse. And the correct way on this hand, you've got the ace, jack, 9 of spades over there, and the king 10. You have 9 cards. So the best way is, in case they split very badly, you're going to play low towards the king and then back towards the ace, jack. Now, if it happens to be doubleton over here, but that's the way that you would try to do it. Low towards the king, and the queen fell. Of course, I could see it, that helped. So on this hand, now you have to stop and think. You have to stop and think. Play a spade, please, Peggy.
Okay.
Can you afford to play another round of trump right now? Or is there work for dummies trumps to do first? There most certainly is. You need to rough some diamonds. So you have to play your top diamond. Go ahead, play your top diamond. Well, that's easy for Peggy. You know that your partner, well, you know your partner has the ace.
Oh.
Doesn't make any
Oh.
difference.
So I don't cover.
Can cover. So, but maybe it's better for you to be on lead. And now what are you going to lead? Well, you can see what Declarer's plan is. So you should lead.
But I have no.
Oh, you
I have no spades.
overtook it. See?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Wait, should I have played the king?
You should win the king, because before you play to a trick, now I want everybody to listen very carefully. Before we play to a trick, we should think, if I win this trick, knowing that my partner could win it, the reason for me to win it is because I have something very important to do. What should I be doing? She's playing on her singleton diamond. She's giving up the lead because she wants me blindly to continue hearts or something.
Yeah.
Trump a diamond. I'm going to stop her fun.
Oh my God.
Diamond, I'm going to stop her fun. And now lead a spade and stop her roughing a diamond.
Oh, that is just mean. Oh, that's just mean.
So now,
Well, now I know that the only way I can make this is if my club finesse works.
right.
So nice to be able to see her hand.
Notice that Vicky played a deceptive card. She could have played the 10, but she really doesn't want it to be covered.
Sorry.
So when you have two touching cards and you don't want them to cover, play the lower one. And they might fall for it because they're going to think their partner's got the other card. So what's Peggy going to do this time? He's covering. And that didn't help their side at all. So this is fantastic because now you're there. No.
Oh,
Undo. See, always say to yourself, when you're going to win a trick,
oh, I can dump a diamond.
you can play that ace
Yes.
diamond,
Yep.
right? That's why you were trying to get over here.
That's right.
So ace of clubs. Okay. Oh, the king went. Well, we might as well see what happens. That was 4, 8, 9, 10, 11.
12, 13. Okay. I'll do that.
Okay.
And there you go.
No, that's not smart.
You're going to trump it. You have to trump it.
I did trumpet. Oh,
No, you did not.
it's me with hearts. Oh my gosh.
So
Come on.
warning, red alert.
Don't play bridge at 6:30 in the morning.
You have an affinity for hearts, Vicky. That's all.
I think that must be it. Okay, now I can claim it. Jiminy Christmas.
At the bridge table today.
I just want to show everybody that anyone could be the guinea pig, because if you play as badly as I do, it's still a nice place to be.
That's a very generous thing of Vicky to say. Encourage any, come on over. The hardest part of being a guinea pig is transitioning from the Zoom, keeping your audio open on Zoom and getting to the BBO table. As you can see, we have a little bit of fun here.
Okay, we have some questions.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, one that's not showing, I'll ask first. Generally, what is the point range for the responder in mini splinters?
You must have an evaluated 10 to 12. So that means that you could have eight high card points and a singleton. Theoretically, 7 high card points and a void. And you could make the mini splinter. But whether it's a mini splinter or a full splinter, you must always have 4 trumps. You give yourself extra dummy points for the shortness, one for a doubleton, which it doesn't apply here, 2 for a singleton and 3 for a void. And you add that to your high card points, HCP in my notes very often. And if that gets you up to 10, you make a mini splinter. And if it gets you up to 13, you make a 4-level splinter. And special awareness that if partner opens a heart and you want to splinter in spades, one heart, 2 spades is a mini splinter in support of hearts, and 1 heart, 3 spades is a full splinter, is a game forcing splinter. Once a singleton or void in spades with 4 hearts and an evaluated opening hand.
Rosemary, this is Leslie. Can you hear me?
I can hear.
I wanted to offer that if I would be more than happy to do a mini lesson on how to do the mechanics of getting on this thing and doing it easily. If people would want to, send me an email and sign up for that, I would be happy to do it.
Thank you very much, Leslie. I think the difficulty is that, number one, I'm always on my computer. I don't know what devices people are using. Some people use their phones. Some people use an iPad. Some people use a PC, a desktop.
It doesn't really matter. I've done it on every device I have.
Excellent. So there you are. That's quite an offer from Leslie. You can write to her on BBO with her BBO name, which is LRPSL, or you can write to Rosie's lessons, and the little elf will forward everything to Leslie from there.
Or I'm happy to share my email.
And you can type it in the line, in the chat, BBO. Thank you.
Sure.
So let's look at this.
You want to participate.
With this hand, I would be inclined to bid 4 diamonds. It's a 10 count with a singleton, but look at the quality. The king of trump, the ace king 5th of hearts, and 4 losers here, but only 1 diamond loser. I would be inclined to just go straight to 4 diamonds with this hand. I love this hand. It's an evaluated 12 count, but it's kind of really nice. In fact, if I were playing with Neil, Neil would jump to 3 clubs with this hand to say he's got an evaluated limit raise or better, and with shortness somewhere. And I would bid, what, 5 and 6 is 11, 12. I might bid 4 spades myself. If I bid 3 spades, Neil would now bid 4 spades, because he uses that 3 clubs as a hand that's this close to making a game forcing bid. And I know he would go. I know he would go.
So which bid of those would you like me to make?
I would bid 4 diamonds.
Okay.
Because you don't play that 3 clubs as a special thing.
No.
1 spade, 4 diamonds.
Again, you told me I shouldn't double unless I have 5. A 5 card suit with the ace.
You don't want to hear Peter, partner suddenly bid 5 diamonds, do you? Right?
Excuse
You don't want to hear your partner bid 5 diamonds, do
me?
you?
No.
That should keep you off the double.
Okay.
Watch out for me, Marissa. You never know what I'm going to do.
Partner's going to lead the Queen of Hearts, and I think, how's it going to work? Looks pretty much the same as before.
Except the king's in the wrong place.
King's in the wrong place this time. So the opponents are going to get 1 diamond and no spades. And, well, we'll be able to throw a club away on the heart, on the King of Hearts at some point. On the Queen of Hearts lead, we'll win the ace, catch the King of Hearts, pitching a club. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
And take the club finesse, which will lose, and then what are they going to do? That's the way I would play the hand. Okay, so I'm going to stop recording now. I think it's just about time.
Rosemary, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, these are all opening bids of majors. Is that the only way this system works?
It's primarily over majors, yes.
Okay,
When partner opens a minor, we can, I think I showed you yesterday that 1 diamond, 1 heart, 4 clubs by me would be a splinter in support of hearts.
right.
but-
That's the opener response to the responder.
No mini splinter in support of hearts because I already opened the bidding. I'm the opener.
Right.
So
Okay.
I
Right.
give you a mini splinter.
Yeah. Okay.
So so it's primarily over the majors.
Okay.